Hey guys, so let's do a Bible curriculum. What are we doing this year for Bible? Well, last year we did kind of a little combination of stuff. We never had like a formal Bible curriculum. I looked at some for this year, some that I liked that just were not in the cards price-wise. Basically we're just kind of, playing it by ear again this year. Last year we did dictations with different with the gospel, like different aspects of the gospel. I had a book, and if you look back, you'll see my videos for that. I don't remember what the name of it was, but we did a book that I think it was like the 10 Commandments for kids or the Gospels for kids or something. I think it was the Gospel for kids. And we just kind of went through that, and I made it a series of dictations that I typed out and that my brother did. And that was good, and that way he could work on his handwriting. And I already talked about how his handwriting did I talk about that? Yeah, I think I talked about in the last video that Tay's handwriting is also part of his Bible, which is he has a verse every day that he looks up, and that way he can work on that skill of being able to go through a text and look up things and, be able to follow the directions on how to do that. So he looks it up, and then he copies it in cursive because we are working on his cursive. He learned cursive over the summer, and now he's just, polishing that skill up. And Kaya does a devotional book, and it is the children's version of My Utmost for His Highest. And he really likes that, and that was actually his decision to do. So that's kind of what they do, and once they've both done that for the day, we kind of sit down and discuss what they did. We talk about Tay's verse that he had and what's going on in Kaya's devotional, and then I try to connect them both together and kind of, help them to get an application out of it. So that's pretty much what we do. However, I ran across something pretty remarkable in my bookshelf, like a day or two ago, and I cannot believe that I had it and did not realize it. So all this time I've been thinking about, wanting to get a Bible curriculum and what to do and all this stuff. And on my bookshelf this whole time was this. This is, I know it's backwards, I think, for you guys, but it's the Children's Illustrated Bible. Now, it says Illustrated Bible, but what it actually is a textbook. If you can see, it looks very much like a social studies book on the inside, except for the main passages, like, the big pieces of text are the Bible, and down below there's all sorts of timelines and cultural things and maps, and it is just very rich with lots of information. So throughout it there's introductions to each unit, and there are 8 units in it, and as you can see, like 8 units, and it's chronological. And it does not have the Psalms or the Proverbs, but it does give you a lot of information about it. Like, I'm trying to get, like, a good example of, like, right here, like, there's lots of, like, cultural things underneath about not only Jewish culture, but also Middle Eastern culture. A lot of stuff about nutrition, what people of the day would eat or how they would live. There are tons of maps and recreations. There's also a glossary in the back, a glossary of terms, a glossary of people, and a comparative religion section. So you can take all the things that you learned from the textbook and then compare it to different faiths. So I just thought this was amazing. And there's like really cool pictures and stuff. And you can see there's samples of artwork and stuff. Like, it's really cool, and it really looks just like a social studies book, except it's instead of, a general overview of history, it's the Bible with, like, the history part built in at the bottom. And that's really cool because what I have planned for our world history is kind of the inverse. It's the mystery of history, and it's going to be world history, but it's going to have church history kind of woven in at, within it. So I thought that would be a really good thing to do. And I think as soon as we're done with what we're doing now, like when Kaya's done with his devotional book, I thought we would go ahead and do this, and see, like, there's like a lot of cool stuff in the back about different political figures and more timelines, and just, it is awesome. And then, like, oh look, and there's the spread of the faith, like how that happened. You learn about where the Bible came from, like how it was put together, how it was collected. You learn about just like all the times and like everything about, you know, what was going on and how that connects to today. And it's just really cool. And I bought this forever ago, and I was going to use it for something else, but because it is more like a textbook, it wasn't working out for what it was that I wanted. But lo and behold, it's perfect for what I need now. So I plan on definitely using this. And since I did buy it like years ago, if this is something that you're interested in, I bet you could find it on Amazon for like super cheap. Because this was a pretty penny. I remember paying a good amount for it. I don't remember how much. But since it's a few years old, you might want to go in, if this is something that you're interested in, it's the Children's Illustrated Bible, Best Loved Stories of the Old and New Testament. And it's really cool. So we're going to be using that for our Bible. And my plan is to go through all 8 units, like maybe a unit a month, something like that. And that way, by the time we get into world history, it'll be something this is something that they will have already gone through. And then, you know, I think it will, because it has so much church history also connected to it, I think it'll help them understand what's going on, because they, you know, as kids, they don't know a whole lot about church history and stuff like that, and all the figures in the Bible, and you know, all that good stuff. So I think having them go through this would be a really good foundation starter, and it just made me really excited. Like, I want to, like, you know, find other ways to use it, because it's just a really good resource. But yeah, that is our Bible right now. And I will see you later for the next installment of our curriculum. Bye.